Hey guys, I wanted to go ahead and record Tuesday, April 14th lesson for you. As we talked about yesterday, yesterday was a study sheet for test number 9. Test number 9 is a 9-week exam, so it covers quite a bit of information. So I hope that you're taking time to study that and answer those questions. Those questions are due by the end of the day today, okay? So make sure that you get those handed in to me. This is for your study sheet number 2. Is today's video. So I want to go ahead and take some time and go over our study sheet number 2 here. Okay, so this is, there aren't as many on this one. There's more different kinds of things here. You know what? I forgot to draw this. So let me real quickly. On this first section here, we've got solve the following. Okay, and this is what we have. We have a construction or a diagram that looks like this. Okay, and then I have this, which is AC. Okay, and then I've got a chord like this, which is B and D. Okay, this intersection here is my P. Okay, so where this intersects, we're going to call this point P. So we're going to use this diagram here to answer these questions. Now, as I said before, they're not in the same order. Okay, I have changed some of the information, so this is just exclusively for studying. Okay, so we know how to find all these different things, and we have some practice on them. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead in number 1. We have the measurement for BP, which is this right here. This is 6, and then DP is 11. Okay, so we've got 6 and 11, and then we've got CP, which is 5. All right, we have to find out what AP is. Okay, so how would we go about doing that? All right, so your best bet, of course, we can go back into the book and find this. All right, but if we go, if we set this up, okay. Remember, we can set this up as ratios, okay? So we could have AP times CP equals BP times DP, okay? So we can set this up, and then these would be ratios, and then we would cross multiply with our numbers. Okay, so we're plugging in the numbers that we have, and then we're solving for what we do not know. Okay, when we're solving through these guys, if you can reduce, go ahead and reduce. Okay, because if you do not reduce and it requires you to reduce, then you get that wrong. Okay, so always reduce if you can. And if for some reason they don't reduce, I'll still give you credit for it, because technically that is correct. Okay, so this is how we set up for number 1. Okay, we would just plug in our values and solve for our unknown, which in this case is AP. Again, this is not exactly as it is on the test. This is just primarily for practice purposes. Okay, so keep that in mind. Number 2, we're looking for the altitude of a triangle. Okay, so I'm going to go back into my theorems and find out my my formula for altitude of a triangle, and then I plug in my knowns and solve. All right, so this is the altitude of a triangle. Number 3, we're finding the the area of a trapezoid. Okay, so go back, find your area of a trapezoid, plug in your knowns, and solve. Okay, and this one should be, you're going to have to use the area of a triangle in order to solve this one. Okay, just throwing that out there. You use the formula for area of a triangle, and then you solve for your unknown there. All right, number 4 is area of a parallelogram. Same thing. Find your formula, plug in your knowns. And then on 5, 6, and 7, these are the constructions that we'll have, okay? Number 5 on line M, find by construction, okay, the point that is equal distance from points C and D. Okay, well, how would I figure this out? Okay, so I need to find the midpoint between these 2 points. What do? Well, I draw a line, okay, and then I create a bisector, okay, and then you draw that bisector through, and that bisector will run all the way down and cross line M there, okay? So make sure that you make your bisector cross line M. So you have to basically bisect the distance between C and D and draw that straight line through. Okay, we have construct fourth proportional. Okay, you'll have to go back into your book. And remember, if we have the 3 sides or the 3 parts of the proportion, how do I find the fourth proportion? Okay, go back into your book and review constructing the fourth proportional. All right, so you'll need to do one of those. And then the last one will be to construct the mean proportional between segments R and S. Okay, so on this, we'll measure these, have that straight line, and there's several steps to this. We've got creating finding the midpoint. We've got the arc that we got to draw, and then there's several points to this. Okay, so several steps. So go back and review this, okay, and do this on this practice sheet, or not on this practice sheet, but on your study sheets that you're creating here with these questions, okay? So you'll need to construct the mean proportional between segments R and S, okay? So these are the lengths of R and S. Remember, we get a working line, we measure off R and S, and then we're creating the mean proportional between those two, okay? So that's how we're doing that. So this is your study sheet number 2, okay? Again, today is Tuesday. I'm going to give you to the end of Wednesday to send me your answers for this. I want to make sure that you're using these sheets to study. So send them to me. I will grade them, so to speak. I'll go through and make sure you have all the correct answers so that you're studying the right information, okay? And I will let you know if there's something that you need to change so that you're not studying the wrong thing, okay? So fill out these study sheets. Again, this will be due by the end of tomorrow, which is Wednesday. This will be Wednesday let me double check the date. Wednesday the 15th, this study sheet will be due. Remember, today, your first study sheet is due by the end of the day, so get that to me. And then Wednesday's study sheet will be due, or today's study sheet will be due on Wednesday, okay? Now, I believe what we're going to do is take this test on the 17th, okay? I am going to post it probably by Thursday. It will be up on YouTube, so if you would like to do it before then, you're welcome to, but I want you to make sure that you are getting the proper study time in before you take this test, okay? So that will be taken on Friday unless something else changes between now and then, okay? So this study sheet is due on tomorrow, now I forgot what I'm doing. On Wednesday, the 15th, okay? So make sure you get this done, and then make sure you hand in study sheet number 1 to me today. All right? If you have any questions, reach out to me, and I think that's pretty much all I have for you today. If there's any questions on that test, study sheets, let me know. I want to make sure that you're studying the right information, so please take time to reach out instead of just assuming, and we'll see if we can't get a good grade in here. I will be including some extra credit on this test, okay? So that will kind of help alleviate some of that pressure. And I am trying to grade graciously due to the situation that we're in. So keep that all under consideration as we're going through here. Just make sure that you get your homework turned in on time and that you're working to finish all of these and doing your best on them, okay? That's all I have for you guys today. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.